You're going to want to hear this. Our next guest was just feet from the stage when the gunfire started. She saw several people shot dead as she helped a couple of strangers get to safety. Shirley Pope joins me now. Shirley, thank you so much. This is going to be a very important few minutes, so I hope people stick around to listen. I think that you love Jason Aldean as much as I love Dierks Bentley. You actually travel around to try to see some of these shows.
I do. I visit him in San Diego and in Phoenix at least once a year. And since he was here this year, I planned on seeing him here.
So describe what it was like, because as I understand it, you could see Jason Aldean's face from where you were standing. And what was his reaction when the shooting started?
Well, I could, and I think this is very important because I was about 10 or 15 feet from the main stage, but I was only 5 foot from the stage where he comes out and sings. So he had just sang a song, and I'd recorded it. He walked back to the stage, and he was on the right side of the stage, the facing right side of the stage, where I was also facing the right side of the stage. I saw his face when he was going to sing, and we heard the pop, 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 and everybody thought it was fireworks. And he did too, I'm sure. But he was able to see the people falling, and then I saw the panic on his face. And when I saw the panic on his face and he and the band left the stage, all of us knew. We dropped to the ground because we knew it was real.
Which was also dangerous, possibly. You didn't know what was happening. I understand the instinct, of course, to drop to the ground, but that also, because of the shooter's vantage point, made it also dangerous for all of you. Tell me what it was like when you were trying to get to safety and trying to get reunited with your daughter.
Okay, it was very traumatic because I was on top of two people, or several people, I imagine, but I was exposed, like you said. My back was to the shooter, and the bullets were going just fast, real fast, and it felt like they were fanning around. And I was really scared, and I told the people under me that that we had to crawl or run because we were just going to get shot. If the shooting continued, and they agreed.
And
so
Shirley, you were then reunited. You were reunited with your daughter, and also tell us just quickly, while we have you, that your son is actually a police officer in the area, and he responded as one of the first responders did.
He was one of the first responders. His unit was the first responder to Mandalay Bay, and naturally he knew his mother and sister were over there being shot at. I wasn't with my daughter. She was in VIP, and I like to be close to the stage when Jason's there. But so when the shooting stopped, I got up to run, and when I got up to run, my sandals came off in front, and they were just around my ankles. So I had to, I was running to the fence, and when I got to the fence, there was a dead girl there, and it was very hard for me to see her. She was just a young girl, and she was dead, and she had boots and her cowboy hat on and cutoffs. It was so pitiful. But I got to the fence, and I put my leg over the fence, and I just fell over because I thought she might have gotten shot trying to climb over the fence. So I just I fell over, and then I got up and I walked to the end, which was where the blue tarp was. You could see in the middle of the stage area, the blue tarp. There was a security guard in there, and he was dead. He was laying on his back, and he was dead. And when I looked to my right, there was a bigger man with a Western vest on, and he was laying on his back, and he wasn't moving. There was people talking in the front of the area, but they were trying to help survivors with stop their bleeding. And I was on the phone because I was trying to get in touch with my daughter. I didn't want to leave the venue
Shirley,
unless I knew she was all right.
I'm sorry to have to cut this short because I've read your story. I hope people follow you on Facebook and Twitter, see what you had to say. What you've been through is just harrowing. I'm so glad that you're okay. From one country music fan to another, you take care, and please give your son and daughter our very best as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, I will, and thank you all so much. And bless all the survivors.
Indeed.